Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Abigail, the ultimate guru. With me is my co host, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Hello.
You don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help. If you'd like to submit a Dear Abby letter or a question to be discussed on air, you can DM me on Twitter at OctoAbby or Bryden at World's Only Comic. You can also send feedback, suggestions, or Reddit posts you'd like to hear us discuss. We're going to get right into it with our Dear Abby segment. This is from Vivian Venetia on Twitter. Dear Abby, how rude is it to demand men put the toilet seat down? And she showed me a
Oh,
screenshot of some of her tweets. Wait, go ahead.
oh no! It just no. This is something I can relate to. That I've had I've never had this argument before, but I've always thought this is like some sitcom bullshit that I didn't think was real.
Yeah, well, I've heard it being a problem before, but we can get into it in a second because she explains her thoughts here in the screenshot. She says, okay, here's the deal. Men are seriously not trying to hurt women with the toilet seat thing. They could care less and would totally leave the seat down all the time, but then there would be pee on the seat, and women would be mad about that too. They're being nice when they don't pee on the seat. So stop complaining and just put the toilet seat down because women never lift the seat for men. If women lifted the seat, men would put the seat down. This is the reality. This is what she says.
What's up, Queen? What's up, my white queen? Oh, all right. Listen, now this is what we call an A+ woman out there, fellas. Unless she's ugly or fat or some gay shit. But this is an A+ woman, and her mindset is good. This is the type of gal that's like, your favorite game comes out, and she's like, it's not even your birthday, and she's like, I noticed you've been working pretty hard recently, and I just thought you deserved a treat. And then she gives you Dying Light 2 or some bullshit like that.
You have a
This is an
very
A+
specific
woman.
fantasy of this woman on the internet.
No, what, a woman that does everything I do? Yeah, she's black. Slavery. But no,
Oh
it's
god.
not. No, it's not. I'm kidding. It's not
Okay, no, but
slavery.
let
The
me tell
black
you
part,
this.
definitely.
This is
Beyonce?
nonsense though.
Why?
Okay? Okay, because if they put the toilet seat, okay, when we ask you to put the toilet seat down, we're asking you to do it after you pee. Okay,
Okay.
so I don't understand. The whole reason here is that she's saying that there would be pee on the seat, but we're not saying leave it down. We're saying put it back down, which takes like a second. And I have fallen into the toilet
Oh,
before
Jesus. Okay.
because of this crap, and it's very surprising when you're half asleep and just trying to go pee real quick.
See,
Okay,
so,
it's very awkward and annoying.
okay. See, here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. Because I thought we were all in agreement for a second, but like, yeah, I lift the seat up to go pee. I always have, because I don't want to pee all over the seat. I gotta sit there too. I take shits. I'm human. I'm a human. It's hard to believe sometimes. As great as I am still human. So I do take
Yeah.
poops. But I lift the seat up. But like, I put the seat down as well, just because I know that's what's polite. My mama beat that into me. But like, why don't women leave the seat up? Because like, the majority of people, I think, pee more than they poop, right? So last one in, last one out type of deal seems that should be going on.
No, 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 that doesn't make any sense because if the seat is down because we left it down, men are not falling into the toilet.
Why
Like
are you
there's not
not
a
looking at the
problem.
toilet? This is
No,
what
but
I'm
listen
not.
to me. Why would I look at the toilet when it's behind me? You guys face the toilet so you'll notice that the toilet seat is down and you can just pick it up real quick. But why would I be like
No,
staring
no.
behind me,
Okay.
looking at my butt while I'm trying to sit on the toilet?
Look,
Like if I looked before I sat, I wouldn't have been walking around looking like I peed myself after I
what
sat in a puddle of water the other day, okay? That's too much to ask. It's
when you
way too much to
when
expect.
you open a bathroom door,
Yeah?
is the toilet immediately in front of you and you cannot open the bathroom door. You clearly have to look at the toilet before you sit down.
But it's like a quick glance. It's a different thing between
So
you
you
have to like stare at it to pee. Okay, so it's a
so
very
you
minor.
can't tell the difference between a toilet with the seat up or down.
Well, I can, but I'm not paying attention to it.
Oh,
Look,
oh, so
it's
I should pay
not a
attention to
big
it.
ask. It's not a big
No, no,
ask.
no. It's not a big ask. I agree, but it is a quite biased and gendered ask. I mean, like again, I have no problem doing it, but
Do you think women should be holding doors open for men too?
yes, it's just
It's the
fucking
same thing.
polite. It's just
Okay, I
fucking
do. I
polite.
hold the door open for everyone,
Yeah, exactly.
if
I
I
don't.
can. That's fair.
Yeah, just hold the door open for people. If somebody's coming in right behind you at a brisk pace, then you hold the door open. You let them go, unless there's a line for something. In
Okay,
which
but yeah,
case,
what if you're on a date? Do you just like your date, the woman opens the door for you? I doubt it.
I think that that would
And
be
we're
the night.
talking about, your wife here. You're always on a date with your wife, kind of.
Oh no, you're not.
It's like a
Uh,
date that never ends.
yeah, it feels like it.
We're trapped here forever, and it doesn't ever end.
Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes. But no, even on that, I just hold doors open for people because it's polite. I put the toilet seat down because it's fucking polite. Because like
Yeah,
if I'm at a public toilet, I put the toilet seat down because that's just toilet etiquette. All right,
exactly. So what are we complaining about? Why
we're
why are men
complaining.
complaining?
No, 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 no. Men aren't complaining. Men don't complain about this. Women complain about this when they go to a single man's house who just lives by himself. He's living the life. And then
No,
oh, I
that's not who
fell in the
complains about it.
toilet because
No,
I'm
it's
too fucking
wives.
stupid. You can't see? What is this? Wait, you can't
No,
look at a
we have
toilet.
been over this. I cannot see it. No.
Then that's a you thing. I'm sorry. You and the Chinese are the same people. We don't make special rules for you. You're lucky that we have what we have for you. This is a man's world.
Oh my goodness gracious. I like that you have a song for it even.
It's not
Okay,
my
you know
song.
what?
It's Marvin Gaye. I think it is.
Should I go over this other Dear Abby questions I
I think
got
we
that are
should.
very silly?
I think we should stick to the same one here because this
This,
is
oh no.
bullshit. No, this is bullshit.
No, you're not gonna fall into the toilet if we leave the toilet seat down.
Uh,
So it's a completely different situation. It's a completely different issue. There's a reason for you to put the toilet seat down. There's no reason for us to lift it up because there's no danger to you. The worst
no,
that happens is you pee on the seat.
it's of which again is now an issue. And
It
to
is
me,
it is an issue really because you could have just lifted it up.
see, this is an absolute fucking nightmare. Why? Like, can women not? I mean, I know their spatial awareness is not as like
Yeah,
keen as men's.
it's a problem.
Can you
Why are you
not?
blaming us for it?
Can you? Well, because God did us no favors with the apple and shit. So, like, can you not look at a toilet? Like, you just see it and you go, that is piss container, and you can't go. There's a big difference between seat up and seat down.
Is there really?
Yes.
Okay, like okay, no, because
I'll
if
measure it. I'll
no,
fucking
no.
measure it.
Listen,
It's
I mean, yes,
literally
there's a
like
difference, but
7 inches.
it's still the same color. It's still just a ring around it. Like I
I thought you
notice if
guys
the
were
lid
great.
is down.
Oh my god. No, it's ridiculous. It's laziness and it's entitlement from women. Oh, yeah, and it's. I swear to God, the first instance of this, if anybody is available out there, it first starts from sitcoms or a comedy movie or something because it happened one time and then all women felt entitled. Because and the thing is, if we ran everything like that in our entire lives, it would mean that we would have like everybody would go, well, it's time to have bagel bites because pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you must have pizza every time. I swear to
That doesn't
God,
make any sense.
it does.
That does not make any
It
sense
does.
at all.
It came from marketing. It came from a lie. Bitches can
Oh
deal
no,
with
I
the
see what you're
toilet.
saying now. I was trying to get I couldn't figure out why it was like pizza. Okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
Nope. Less about pizza, more about marketing. Although there is a
More
pizza
about Mark.
influence there because of the Pizzagate.
Because of Pizzagate?
I'm
What?
just saying.
Okay, yeah, I believe that.
Anyway, we can move on, but if anybody knows where that came from, I swear to God, I've never known a bitch to fall in a toilet.
Well, I have several times. So now you know. Now
Maybe
you
you're
know
just
it.
fucking stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I
This
don't
is
know. I've
rude.
never fallen in
You're
a
stupid.
toilet.
You're stupid.
Okay.
No, you haven't fallen in a toilet because you stand to pee.
Yeah, I take shits, dumbass. I take tons of shits.
And when your girlfriend goes potty, she doesn't pull the seat up. So if she's the last one in there, the seat's down. So everything's fine for you.
Okay, but if I was leaving, listen, it doesn't make sense. I
You
lived
don't make
alone.
sense.
I lived alone for years. It was great. What a time it was. Never fell into the fucking seat. I never fell in the toilet. Women
Good
are
for
the only
you.
people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, what must be great for me to never fall into the fucking toilet like a person. We need to
Like a
start putting
person.
snakes in toilets because this is ridiculous. I require all snakes into toilets. Bitches are too stupid. We gotta figure this out. They'll crawl up in you. Then, you know what they'll do? They'll meet the goddamn lizard demons that you are anyway. I think
Oh
it's gonna
my
be fine
goodness
because this
gracious.
is insane.
Snakes and toilets. That's what we're going with.
Yes,
That's
snakes and
amazing.
toilets. Next topic.
Okay. Look, next topic. I have some more Dear Abby questions. I didn't get a whole letter this time, but I did get questions.
Demon.
You're. Oh my goodness. Do we have to
Read!
go over
Can you,
your.
look. Are you okay? Did you fall into a toilet?
Yes! I just fell in the toilet again. Dear Abby, I'm hard stuck. What does it say? I'm hard stuck plat
Smart.
2 in Valorant. I play Sova on Ascent stage, on Split Chamber, on Bind, and Reyna on most other maps. What should I focus on to improve? I don't know.
Valorant's fucking stupid. It's just I've never played it, but it's just fucking Counter Strike with Overwatch powers. Seems dumb. Don't play it. Get good at CS:GO. Shut up. Get out of here.
That is good advice. Dear Abby, I've got a yee ass haircut and zero hose. Should I wait till after Witcher 4 comes out to end it all or just go for it now? I'd
Ah,
say what?
no, dude, get your shit out of here. I'm gonna say the N word if we do the bit. Never
Okay,
mind.
I'm gonna be done.
Skip that one.
Okay, let's move on then. Okay, so that concludes our Dear Abby segment. We're
That's
gonna
it.
move into yes, it does. We're gonna move into this time it does. Powder Keg didn't send me anything new this week, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, you realize that people that do listen to this podcast are just funny people. I think
Just funny people.
they're probably just like funny people, actually.
I think everyone that listens to this podcast is probably a comedic genius and they recognize
I
that
wouldn't go
energy
that
in
far.
others.
I would
And
not go that far.
that's why they're listening to this comedically genius
No,
podcast.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, there's definitely some like dumbass, stupid, slut ass, barefoot ass, stupid, skanky
What?
ass women out there listening.
Why is barefoot an insult now?
Oh, I didn't say it was. I didn't think that anything that I
They
said
just
was an
are.
insult. I was
Them
describing
being
my
stinky.
type.
Oh, okay. Well, if you were that kind of person, Bryden is well. Actually, he's taken,
No,
so never
I
mind.
got
Sorry,
I got my
he
own
has his stinky woman.
dumbass, barefoot ass.
I'm very happy for you. But as I was saying, we're going to move into the Reddit advice segment where we pull Reddit posts and give people some insight in case they are experiencing similar problems.
It's funny way. It's when you're like, yeah, we got the segments now. Like you're like building.
I'm trying.
You're building these things just out of like freaking Bionicle, like Lego Bionicle things.
What?
And I'm just here to kick him over. I'm just here to kick him over and go,
I know
nope.
you are, because you just sit here and you sabotage
We're
me the
not-
whole time. It
we're
doesn't
not-
matter what I try to do.
Yeah, we're not gonna have much of a thing. It's mainly gonna be like, hey, here's some shit on Reddit. Also, people are
Shut
gay.
up. I have segments, okay? We're going to
Alright.
get
Yeah,
other
there's-
segments someday. It's going to be great. Look, it's
like
episode
an ant.
3.
You have segments like an ant.
Like, yes. This one is from Relationship Advice.
Oh, original.
He spent $450 on the first date, but I'm no longer interested.
Hmm.
Dinner and drinks themselves were $300, but he left a $150 tip. He paid the bill with his card, and he gave the waiter three $50 bills as a tip. It was a good evening and I enjoyed the meal and conversation, but he's a little awkward for me. He also isn't particularly wealthy. He's an engineer for the government, and based on his LinkedIn job title, he makes around 80K. Great
Wait,
money. Yeah.
why is she looking up his LinkedIn, and why is she saying he's not particularly wealthy? Um, 180K is pretty decent. I don't know how old this man is, but that's pretty decent. And
He's
she,
20. Wait, no, he's 28. Yeah.
oh yeah, he probably makes more money than that. Why would he not? And I'm sorry, bitch, what do you make? That's why did she look up his LinkedIn?
I don't know. I think that she was weirded out by all the money he was dropping because
Right,
it
but he's
seems
on a
like
date.
yeah, it seems like it was just like why is he dropping $400 on dinner? Let me look him up. I don't know.
Well, because he was probably just showing off. I mean, one, I'd imagine that's an old profile, right? If he's had the job for a while, or even if he hasn't, still 80K. Like you can definitely spend $400 on a fucking dinner. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like that's not that big of a deal. Uh, I think he was just showing off. I mean, I back when I would go out on dates, what I would do, and I was making way less than 80K. What I would do is I would like put like $300 cash in a money clip, and then buy all the drinks and stuff, and then whip out the money clip, pay cash. So he was doing something similar. No, that's what guys do. I'm just telling
No,
you that's what
yeah,
guys do.
it makes it seem like you have money. Yeah, you've got your own little money clip with a bunch of money there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
and
get
when
it.
you're
Yeah, he was absolutely just showing off. I think that kind of weirded her out, honestly. But the worst part is, maybe she says that, well, he lives in a nice apartment and drives a Mercedes Benz, but he also randomly said that he has big dick energy, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. She
That's a
says,
song. That's a song and a meme on the internet. Is big dick energy. Now
so
maybe it's you shouldn't say that. A
no.
woman needs to say that to you is you've got big dick energy. You probably
Yeah.
shouldn't say I have big dick energy.
So do you see the picture that's being painted here? He's driving a fancy car so that he can look cool, and he's dropping all this money on
Sounds great.
purpose
He
and
sounds good.
including giant tips and cash, right?
Sounds awesome.
And then he says that he has big dick energy
Well,
at the
he
end of it.
might.
Okay?
I mean, he
No, he
does.
doesn't. I
He
promise
do-
you right now, this person is overcompensating because if he wasn't overcompensating, this would have worked.
Listen. First of all, it's even just called compensating, not
Whatever. Listen,
overcompensating.
no, he is going above and beyond. He is over. He is
Maybe he just
overdoing it.
maybe
It's
he
going
just
over.
maybe he particularly thought that she was particularly attractive. Maybe he just wanted to go out there and flash cashy for no fucking reason. These are we're bringing 90s stuff back. But look, maybe he just he wanted to do it. Maybe that's what he does for dates. That's what bitches say that they like, and then yes,
Well,
he
it's
should
weird.
he
It's
should dro-
cringe. You cannot call yourself something like that.
that
It's like
part is
going
bad.
around like, "Oh, I'm on a date and I'm going to call myself an alpha to this girl and then she'll think I'm an alpha." Like that's not how it works. You have to portray it without like he literally just said what he wanted her to think of him.
Well,
That's so
that's
dumb.
no, it's not. I mean,
It's
literally, what
not.
you should do on dates is say things that you want her to betray you as. But yes, probably saying specifically, "I have big dick energy." It's
It's
probably
so
not.
bad.
It's probably not good. I think that you know what? I think that my man needs a second date. I think that he needs a second date because I think that he was just being awkward, and he'd be like he's clearly willing to spend money on this broad.
Yeah.
He's a little weird,
He
dude.
is weird. He
He's
was
a little weird.
probably really nervous. Yeah. You know what? We agree on this one. I think that we can't really say anything. They maybe should have a second date where everyone's already, maybe they can laugh it off like a joke,
That could be their
and
whole
see
theme
who he
for their
actually is.
relation.
But yeah, then he goes around saying that. I would never let him live it down. If I was her
No.
and I went on another date with him just to see and we hit it off or whatever, I would make fun of him for that comment forever. I
Well,
would just bring it up randomly for the rest of his life.
well, that's what relationships are, though. So that's. I think
That
he
is
deserves
really funny.
I think he deserves a second date. I think he deserves. He fucked up at that one thing. Everything else he did was good. He knew he was like, bitches hate it when you like are a dick to the waiter. So like his maybe his steak came back, a little too well done or whatever. And he was like, this is fun. He still tipped the waiter in cash, which is what you do, $150. Like, he probably couldn't have been that bad. What type of fucking dude is this broad pulling that this is what
It just
she's
seems
complaining about?
really douchey. It does seem really douchey.
But it's not
It's
douchey.
not
Bitches like it.
it's not genuine.
Well, I think from him it was.
How can you say that? It just sounds like he's playing a part because someone told him that women like it. I want to know what he's wearing. I feel like that would help us because if he's dressed like a douche too, then that just confirms it for me.
Yeah, but you know that he's not. The setup to the story, he's not. He's dressed like just a gentleman. I mean, like, if it was like, yeah, he showed up and he had a chain that said, this is the real one, and a grill, then, like, it'd be like, oh, pretty fly for a white guy type of deal. But no, like,
That's not what I mean.
like, no, I mean, do you have a snapback cap? These are great questions, but I don't know. I think he's probably just like some guy who's a dork who, like, he was like, oh, geez, I got a date. Oh, I have all this money. I've heard that the ladies like money a ton. All right, let me buy her a nice dinner and I'll talk to her and listen to her. Now, notice once she didn't say anything about, like, he said something weird during dinner, meaning he let her talk.
He did, though. He did.
What did he say?
The big dick energy thing.
Oh, that was during dinner? I thought that was
that was toward the end or something.
That was, see, I thought that's when he dropped her
so
off.
Weird.
No, that is not great. But I thought that's when he, like, dropped her off. He was like, hey, by the way, I've got big dick energy.
How is that not worse? That's like
it's not, there's no good
proposition
point.
If he's dropping her off. It's a totally
right.
different situation.
Shit. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just casually brought it up. Maybe she doesn't know that that's a song.
He just casually brought up that, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know.
It is a song.
Cringe. It's cringy.
Okay, first of all, return to tradition. Just say shit's gay. But yes, it is. That is pretty gay. It's not a good move. I don't know. How's she gonna let all of the good stuff she had on that date just by one thing? He just referenced a thing that is a song, by the way, and a phrase that people say. Maybe
he was being a show off. He was being a show off and being weird.
Why is it weird that he's being a show off? Every guy is a show off on a first date.
I guess I don't know. I've never been on a real date.
Your husband wasn't a little bit of a show off in the high school?
No.
He was, but he didn't have big dick energy at the time. He wasn't able to do it.
I mean, well, okay. So the first time we hung out, he played me music on his guitar. He didn't drop money.
Seriously, what are you fucking talking about?
That was showing off, but that's in a different way. That was really
not
romantic. It's sweet.
Oh,
he played me music and he sang to me.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
That's showing off. That's showing off.
It is showing off. It is showing off, but not in a weird, cringy, douchey way. It was like sweet. It was sweet.
Okay, so I report to you again to sitcoms, the Doppler-Dahmer effect. It's Doppler if you like it. It's Dahmer if you don't like it. How I Met Your Mother was completely right when it comes to this.
I've never seen that because I'm not old.
It's not even that old.
I don't know how old it is. I've just never seen it.
It's also not that good. It's also 9 seasons of just a mainstream laugh track sitcom, but it is pretty good. But they've got a lot of bits they stole from Seinfeld and shit like that. But this one they didn't. It's a pretty good one. The Doppler-Dahmer effect. You got the Doppler effect where you like it, so it's not like big romantic gestures are considered endearing and good, or you have the Dahmer, which is big romantic gestures are considered creepy. So really, it's one of the best things that sitcom ever did because it's actual something you could apply to dating. And him referencing, he did big gestures, but referencing a song. Literally,
how is anyone supposed to know that's a song? I don't know it's a song. He didn't explain that it's a song.
It's a hugely popular song. You got Big Dick Energy, and it was like a meme. Like, I mean, it's a popular
I
song.
don't keep up with any of this.
Okay, but those kids do.
Not her.
Apparently not.
I think we should move on to the next story.
I think we should agree that this man deserves a second date.
He deserves a second date just because I want to know more. I hope she gets a second date with him and posts again.
I'm gonna feel really bad if she is murdered by this man.
Oh, no. So if you're listening, please bring protection.
Bring dick, yeah, bring a magnum protection to it because it's
That's
got big dick energy.
I don't know which one we're saying anymore, but I mean to physically defend yourself,
I'm
you should
talking about
have.
condoms.
Oh my god. Okay, we're moving on. I'm not even sure how you know what, never mind. This is from r/slash am I the devil, which I've never seen
What the
before
hell is that
until
one?
today. I don't know. I'm assuming it's like, am I the asshole? But not. Why would you have another one that's the same thing? I'm not sure. These people are weird. Redditors are weird. I'm getting married in 7 months, and 1 week after the wedding, we will plan our honeymoon, which will be in a resort of our country around a 2 hour flight. I don't know why that's worded so badly, but it is. So they're supposed to be getting married and then going on a honeymoon. The place we were going has always been a dream destination of me and my friends. When I told them where we'd plan our honeymoon, they said how jealous they are and how much they wish they could go. I told them that we could consider an idea of making this a friend-inclusive honeymoon, and they were very
No.
excited with the idea. See, it's so bad. Sadly, for many years, we hadn't been able to plan the trip with the guys to that place because our conflicting schedules, but now pretty much is easier for us to be able to align our vacation days. So I thought this was a great chance. Okay, Redditors, please freaking learn how to type. I sound like an idiot reading these things on air live here, and Bryden's not going to edit it for me, and you're
No.
just wording things badly. I can't read it properly. I have to like fix it in my brain to say. Anyway, sorry. I announced to my fiance the other day, and I thought she'd find it a cool idea, but she got completely mad at me and started crying and telling me how much of an inconsiderate asshole I am. I tried to explain to her that I didn't do it with malice. I simply thought it would be a good chance for the guys to experience it, and I even told her she can tell some of her own friends if they want to join. She told me that
Hold
I'm
on, hold on,
ridiculous.
hold
Yeah.
on. Now she's got some of her friends involved. I'm on board
Well,
again.
no. No. It's the honeymoon.
Well, you could have a
It's
hell
the
of a
Bryden.
honeymoon.
It's the honeymoon. You cannot invite people on your honeymoon. This is
Ah,
totally ridiculous,
where's your moon?
especially not without talking to her first.
You have a real horny moon that way. That's the way
No,
to do
they're
it.
not gonna
What
have.
if they're into it? They're
No,
redditors.
I don't think that she's into it.
I
Actually,
I think that they all of them are pansexual bizarre over and where it was happening.
they didn't
I'm on
even
the
say
guy's side.
where. You're just making it up.
Brazil. I'm fine.
She told me that I'm ridiculous for insisting that this is a good idea and how she felt horrible because I'm inconsiderate because I made my honeymoon into a friendship trip when it's supposed to be about us two. She also says I'm an even bigger asshole for discussing it with my friends and getting them excited about it when I didn't consult her, and honestly, I think she's right on that part. I might be an asshole.
Yeah.
On the idea though, I didn't think she'd mind that much. I thought it sounded fun.
Okay,
So
can I start this one?
yes.
Okay, I think that the way that they should do it, I'm assuming they haven't been married yet, is destination wedding. There you go, nailed it. They want to go over there. You do the wedding. The boys hang out. They do their deal, and then you have the honeymoon in the same area, and the boys have to go home. Sorry, fellas, you're not allowed to come around for the honeymoon. The honeymoon
No,
is you
that's stupid.
gotta.
No, a destination wedding is ridiculous. I hate those things. They're terrible. It's a
Okay,
bad
but
idea.
dude, but people were willing to go.
Just those people though, the whoever I don't know how many people they invited to their family, but people don't go to destination weddings and they're less that's like their sister or something or their best friend. Like
That is
nobody's
good to
gonna
know. That
maybe
is really good to know. Because
yeah,
I'm.
nobody's gonna come. Nobody will come. And yeah.
That's okay. Then why do so many people go to destination weddings?
So the thing is with destination weddings is that if you book some of these resorts that people do them at, the resort will only they'll charge you what is it? You get discounts for how many people stay at the resort basically, and so it ends up being cheaper for the people because to have their wedding there
Yeah, yeah, I know all of
instead.
this, and it sounds
Yeah.
like you were
Anyway,
just
that's
too poor to and in high school to like have a vacation destination wedding at a volcano. Because like that's what I want to do now, and I'm gonna push everybody in, and then I'm gonna when I push Erica in, I'm gonna go, haha, now I am a god. Um, well, because she's a virgin.
but that's not okay.
Wait, you
The
gonna fight me on that?
volcano. No, the volcano is okay. Yes. First of all, I'm gonna fight you on that. Second, I don't believe that you would do that for one
I
thing.
what
I don't
what?
know.
I'm gonna push a virgin in a volcano.
Well, no, that's what I believe you would do that. I don't believe that you would abstain until marriage. That's what
No,
I'm
we're
saying. I
not.
don't
We're
believe
not.
you would do.
Not until marriage. We're not doing it.
Yeah. Okay. You'd
What is
probably.
a vagina? I've never
Yes,
seen
I
it.
believe. Brian is a bull cell. We've learned today.
What is a vagina? I
Anyway,
I have a
so no,
big
what I'm saying.
hat and I go to
This,
church.
you have a big. Yeah. Okay. You have a green like bowler hat
What is happening?
because you're a leprechaun. So what I'm saying though is that this person is very inconsiderate. Why would you even think that that's okay?
No, it's not
And
a good look.
okay,
It's pretty bad.
okay, my advice to this man though, what I would say is that when your wife tells you that you're being inconsiderate and terrible because you invited your friends on your
Punch
honeymoon,
her! Punch
then
her!
you
Oh,
should no, you should accept it if she wants to punch you for one thing because you're an asshole. The other thing though is that you should listen to how she feels when she's upset with you, because even in a situation where she's right in this one, she is right in this
yeah.
situation, but even if she was wrong, then you still need to listen to how she feels, because with women
Wrong.
what they feel is more important, and you have to know what she's feeling and what she's thinking to know how to deal with the situation anyway. So just like actually listen to her and stop being terrible. That's my advice.
Okay, listen. My advice: forget the last part of what she said. Yeah, terrible fucking idea on the boys come to the honeymoon thing. Sounds cool, but unless you want them to like fuck her, that's a bad idea, man. Uh, the last part of the shit about even if she's wrong, if a woman is wrong, you stop listening and you go, here's a packet of paper. Why don't you go write about it and bring it to me, and I'll smack you in the head with it.
Here's a packet of okay.
I just keep packets of paper. I just throw them at
You
Erica.
just give
I'm like,
like a whole like copy
just
paper stack,
no,
all
no,
thick,
just like
heavy.
no, like pocket-sized mini journals. Like the notebooks. I take that and I just knock her. What the hell happened?
What?
Oh no,
Did something happen?
yeah, no, no. I didn't know. We're using Skype this time, and a thing popped up. We're at 33 minutes. Don't worry.
Okay, now you knew
It,
what to say it on air. I was
it
trying to be
just popped.
discreet.
It just popped. I know, but we've never used Skype before. We're gonna use a better thing later. But it popped up and it said time, and I was like, "What about time?" Like
You're running out of time.
now I just started thinking about and I'm just like, "Oh fuck, yeah, I guess we like all do have a finite amount of." But yeah, the point is, 34 minutes, and I don't know. The guy's an asshole, but I think destination wedding, he ought to be able to hang out with the boys. He should just have a bachelor party wherever they're going, right? But I mean, who knows how? He said it was within their country,
Yeah,
so
he said
like,
it's a plane flight away. The honeymoon is. Yeah, but it's still within the country.
well, I mean, it's probably fucking Vegas, and if the boys want to go to Vegas, and then like, him and his wife can go to Vegas, or like, you know, Nevada.
Like they could do like a separate trip. Well, that could salvage the situation. You're right, because if he tells the guys like, "Hey, my wife doesn't actually want you intruding, but why don't we just, meet up for dinner once or twice while we're all there at the same time?"
Well, I
Like
don't
maybe
even.
that could fix things.
I don't think that it has to be the same time. Like, I think that, like, I think he fucked up by
Yeah.
this. I think he fucked up. I think that's wrong. Um, but I mean, like, the boys could go there first. It's with if it's in the country. I mean, the boys could go there first and experience it. He's gonna have a different
So you want him to
experience.
go with his boys before his wife even gets to go with him? That's gonna make it worse.
No, because they're gonna have different experiences. Like,
No, she's not gonna care about that.
but that's
Just
dumb.
stop. Just call it off and say sorry.
But the boys, I mean, I agree. That's
They
probably the
can go
best way.
after.
All right, if there's
Like
an
that you can
agreement,
plan one
if
in a few months with the boys.
if there's an agreement, I think that that's fine. I think that that would be fine because the boys are all psyched; they want to go. But I don't know. He really fucked up on that one, and I have to say, as a dude, it's not the thing. But yeah, I mean, you
It's not
gotta.
smart.
It's not a good. I don't know why he thought that was fine.
I don't know. I think that honestly, in my experience as a non-man, sometimes you guys just don't think. Like you don't consider anything around what you've decided to do or say. You're just like, "Oh yeah, this is cool." And you just don't think about it beyond that.
Yeah,
There's
because
just nothing going on in your heads.
oh, it's not that. It's just that we realize like a path towards happiness, and then people like you get in the way.
He's getting in the way of her happiness by inviting his bros on his honeymoon. That's
Yeah,
my last final thought.
well, fair enough, but I don't know. I hope he gets to have a good honeymoon. Plus, later, him and the homies get to fucking hang out.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll have a good time in Vegas or wherever they're going. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if it was Vegas, they would have just he would have just said Vegas.
I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe it's Helena, Montana. It doesn't matter. But do you seriously think that like the bros are all gonna be like, "Whoa, bro, I can't wait to go to this Airbnb up in wine country"? Like that's.
Maybe
I
if they're
mean,
gay,
that also does kind of sound like it'd be a pretty fun time. But I just
it
don't think
does.
it sounds fun. I would like to go to one country, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like they're going to more like a party thing. Maybe they're going to Scotland, and they get to see the distilleries and shit like that, stuff like that. If it's something like that, you make it a month-long trip. Some of the bros get to go.
A month-long trip? How much money do you have, Bryden?
Well, I don't have that type of money. I don't have the. I also don't have any bros. So
You don't have any
I
bros?
got plenty. Oh, well, I have three bros, but well, and the people that listen to this that are my bros are gonna be upset by that. Or hey, guess what, guys? I'm talking exactly about you.
You are the three. The
Yeah,
three of you
it's
listening
you.
are the
It's
three.
you that I'm talking about. It's just you. No, I bet they can figure it out. But yeah, no, that guy's a dickhead. That's a bad move on his part.
It is a bad move. Okay, how about this one then? This one's from one of the mom sections of Reddit, Beyond the Bump.
Oh boy,
My husband won't do night feeds for our baby.
good. Wait, what's he supposed to do? Grow tits?
No, you're gonna see. Okay, let me. This one is so good, actually.
My husband won't birth our child.
See, it sounds like I read the headline and I think, well, I don't make my husband get up with the baby because it wouldn't make any sense. He has work the next day
Yeah.
and I breastfeed. So it doesn't make any sense when I have a baby. I take care of all that and it's fine. Maybe
You're
he can
the
help
milk
me get a
cow.
nap later, right? Yeah. So it makes no sense to have him help. But she says, my husband is currently a stay at home dad for our
Ah.
6-month old, and I've gone back to work. Until here recently, I've been breastfeeding, so it didn't make any sense for him to wake up at night since she only wakes up overnight to feed. So he sleeps in a separate room and then takes over in the morning. However, I've weaned her now and she's entirely bottle fed. So I floated the idea of him taking her just one night a week so that I could sleep uninterrupted for just one of 7 nights, and he completely shot down the idea.
Yeah, that's right,
His
bitch.
his excuse is that he had sleep apnea and it's much harder for him to wake up
Jesus, he's
overnight.
fat. He's
He
fat.
also, yeah, that or an alcoholic or something. I don't
Hey,
know.
hey, I'm
He
an
also,
alcoholic and I don't have sleep apnea.
good for you. I'm happy you at least don't have sleep apnea.
Yeah, I'm pretty fat too now.
Yeah, out of all the, it's one consolation because you're
Let's.
turning into like a very round, chubby boy.
That's
Where
only
was I?
only around my waist. The rest of me, I look like a fucking snowman.
Oh no.
All right, listen, I don't look weird, but I'm so charming that my girlfriend is still managed to stay with me. So, this is what
Man, I
this
just
is
managed
what
to get past her disgust.
this is what peak performance smells like. All right.
It smells like. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, he also says that I am much better at coping with sleep deprivation than he is, which is absolutely true. So I know that this is unfair, but being the devil's advocate, does he have a point at all? I'm actually doing fine in terms of functioning. I really am great at handling sleep deprivation. Should I just let things go since it's
Yes.
working? Okay. Do not let it go. No. No. What? No. I'm calling for a war on stay-at-home dads because every single time I hear of some dude is a stay-at-home dad, I find out that he is lazy. He is lazy. Why are stay-at-home dads so worthless? They don't do half of what stay-at-home moms are expected to do, even probably much less than half. Every time I find out that someone's, husband is a stay-at-home dad, I eventually find out that when she gets home from work, he doesn't do any cooking or cleaning at all. She gets home from work and does all of that. If they're homeschooling their kids, in one case, she comes home from work and then homeschools the children and
That's
cooks and
never happened.
cleans. And in another case, the guy, when she gets home from work, he goes off to hang out with his friends or
Hell
whatever.
yeah.
No stay-at-home mom would ever do that, would ever expect to be able to do that because she's on call 24/7 because
Oh
that's what it
God.
means to be the
Oh,
stay-at-home mom. No,
you're
listen,
frontline
stay-at-home
heroes
dads
now.
are lazy and they are worthless. If you don't have to get up for work in the morning, you need to be the one waking up with the baby because that's the only reason why I wake up with with the babies all night every night. My husband never has to help with it and I never get a night's full sleep for months and months or years and years, depending on the kid, okay?
Have you?
It's because
Have
he
you?
has to work the next day.
Have,
This man doesn't have a job. He's
good.
worthless.
He
He has sleep
rules.
apnea. He has a messed up nose or whatever. I don't care.
It's not what sleep apnea is, dude. He
I don't care
rules.
what it is. He stops breathing. Like, oh, maybe
Yeah,
you should
he's
have woken up then.
he
Maybe
is.
you should have woken up throughout the night to make sure you're still breathing
Oh, here. No,
like
no,
a
no. No, no, no. Abigail wants babies fatherless. She wants white babies fatherless. That's
no.
fantastic.
What
That's
does
great.
that
That's
mean?
great. No, let's just turn them into school shooters. That's no, you're fantastic. So let
Turn
me have
who
my
into school shooters?
whoa. I don't know why you'd be so aggressive. Probably because of lack of sleep or something.
Yeah. Sleep
But
deprivation drives people insane.
nah,
And
not
you know
cool
what he's
people.
doing to his poor wife is up all night
Maybe
with the
she's
baby,
poor.
taking care of the baby, and then she gets up and she works and brings home the bacon.
Maybe she's poor
And
because she doesn't ask for raises, and that's why she only gets 75 cents on the dollar. Huh?
that's not I
Have you
didn't
ever?
mean
I don't
poor. I
know. I don't
didn't
know.
mean
I'm using your words.
monetarily poor.
I'm using
That's
your words. I'm just saying. Maybe she's poor because she can't negotiate salary. Who would have thought?
that's not what I was talking about for
Oh
one thing.
well, now
It doesn't
see,
matter how much money she has
you
because
can't
she's the one
communicate.
working.
You can't communicate properly. This is why women are so bad at this.
That doesn't make you took a word I said and used it in another context completely, and now you're saying I don't make sense.
That is just how
You're
negotiation goes.
No, you're gaslighting
So
me.
so what I'm saying is
You're gaslighting me.
we're not giving you a raise over here at Here to Help
You don't
Podcast
pay me.
Incorporated.
You just yell at me and throw your poop at me. That's all you do. You just abuse me. I
And
can't.
this is exactly how women react in high pressure corporate environments, and this is why the
You're just doing
government.
this? No, you're just doing this because you don't have an actual reputation, okay?
Well, that's hurtful. The Huffington Post thinks I have one.
Ref with an F, not a P. Ref, you cannot refute me.
You mean you said reputation?
I did not. I said refute.
Wow. So
No,
you're really killing it. You're doing very good. No, let's
Bryden.
keep it up. I'll give you a chance to do it again.
To do what again?
Ah, see, this is why women cannot raise kids, and men with, fucking CPAP machines are doing great. You know,
Not doing anything.
he's the best dad.
His wife says, "Hey, honey, can just one night of sleep? I actually sleep well before I have to go into my job the next day while you sit here and do nothing." And he's just like, "No, bitch."
Damn, that guy sounds awesome. The way you said it, he's like, no, bitch. I gotta fucking play Elden Ring.
He's got things
You know how
to
hard
do.
that game is? That guy rules. No, I'm on his side. Because, see, I think I have just explained why women should just be fucking subservient. And that that fat fucking Jabba the Hutt jackass should be in charge of stuff. Now, his kids wind up terribly. Don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like he's doing a pretty good job.
How? How?
What?
How? Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
just-
right. Yeah, that's right. Whatever I say. Whatever I
You
say.
didn't actually refute any of my points. You just said random nonsense and gaslighted me and threw poop at me again, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Being a guy rules. No, that guy sounds like a fat fuck. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he has to be doing something, right? Like, he's got to be an artist or something.
He's taking care of the baby. That's it. I mean, like, he's probably doing some cooking and cleaning too, but I really do feel like if you're the
I'll
stay-at-home
bet he's
parent,
doing a lot of
you
cooking.
should be.
I'll bet he's
No,
doing
no,
a
no, no,
lot
because
of
as I
cooking.
said, no, yeah, he's cooking meth, maybe.
No, I was thinking food because he's a fat piece of shit with a CPAP
Oh.
machine. If you have a CPAP machine, you're a fat fuck.
Maybe. Is that true? Or is that the
Yes,
only people
it's
with
a
sleep
fat guy.
apnea?
It's a fat guy's disease. It's for fat people. It also is for really, really, really severe alcoholics. Like I'm a drunk, but like no, you have to be really fucked up to need a CPAP thing. Because what they do is they make sure that you breathe while you're asleep.
Yeah, it's like babies. So that's what SIDS is, as my understanding is, like sudden infant death syndrome. They forget to breathe, and that's why sleeping with them in the same room as you cuts SIDS rates down in like
Because you can
I
hear
think it's
them or
like in
some shit?
half or something. No, because they listen to you breathing, and so they match your breathing while they sleep naturally, with your mom, and so they don't with their mom, so that they don't forget to breathe at night.
Wait, babies are so fucking retarded that
They forget to breathe.
they can forget to breathe.
Yeah, like these fat people apparently. It's the
I
same
didn't
thing.
know about that. When did they find out? You gotta send me that stuff. That's so crazy interesting
I
to
can
me.
I can ask my OBGYN for links next time I
Why does
talk
the
to her,
pussy
sure,
doc- why
because
does the
she's the one
pussy
that was
doctor
telling me
know
about it.
that?
What do you mean they deliver babies?
Yeah, but they mainly look
And
for
she's a mother of
infections.
3.
Well, I would
also.
imagine so. Also,
Yeah, she keeps up on this stuff.
yeah, I would like to know about that. Because that's interesting as hell. That helps. Babies are so fucking retarded they don't even know how to breathe. That makes
Yeah.
sense, but fuck. Oh my god, that's why you need to sleep next to your children. Like
Yeah.
animals. Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Holy shit,
Until
that's
they get the
crazy.
hang of it and they learn to just kind of instinctively keep it going. Yeah, that's why it cuts. Now, obviously, not all babies are going to forget to breathe and die or whatever, but it does cut the SIDS rates down.
Right.
Uh, yeah, because of that.
Holy shit. Dude, that's wild. Because I didn't know about that. I just thought that
There you go.
sometimes babies just died because they're babies. If anybody asked me why, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. They checked out. So they're old souls that were like, nope, hold on, I hate this, and then just left. You
Yeah,
know,
well, I think that some of it is the not breathing thing, and then the rest of it is probably a mixture of like accidental suffocation
yeah,
that wasn't like reported, like the baby rolled on their sdomac and their face
they're
was
left
in
doing
the
that. Yeah,
mattress, or uh, purposeful harm.
a lot of that. Yeah, I think they do a lot of
I think
that.
that that's like women get postpartum psychosis and they do something and they weren't in their right mind. It's temporary, psychosis.
That shit is
And it's
scary.
just a lot easier to say, well, we don't know what happened.
That shit is scary. Postpartum depression, I know, is like a very real thing, and like it does
Yeah,
read to that shit is scary to me
it's
because,
terrifying.
like women will have a kid, and it's like everything about them is I love this kid, and they're like, I love this kid. Let me throw it in the lake, like just, but like,
And it's just so your hormones after you give birth are so out of whack, and it's just like it's a shock to your body and your mind. Most women get baby blues, which is just kind of you're really sad for
which
the
is
first little
also which
bit.
is also a great comic strip, and ultimately ended up being an interesting animated television show, but very funny comedy about having children. But go on.
Right. No, I'm not sure where I was. Oh, baby blues. Yeah. So most women get some weird stuff going on because your hormones just go totally insane after you give birth. It's a big rush in and out, and you're getting the hang of breastfeeding, and that's got things kind of messed up too. You're producing milk, and there's hormones involved with that, and so yeah, just it. Some people get it really, really bad. Um, I've never had postpartum psychosis. I'm pretty sure I get postpartum depression every time, but it's really hard to tell because I have depression anyway.
It's
Back,
funny.
so it's like I don't. It just kind of gets worse for a while, I guess. I don't know.
It's funny. My according to my mother and my father, one time she was just holding me at the store and she started crying and she goes, "He's got to go to college someday."
Did you go to college?
Fuck no.
Well, she was wrong. I don't know why
Yeah,
she
I
was
mean,
crying about
yeah.
it. It didn't even happen.
What a fucking retard. No, I moved to Los Angeles and did stand up. Like what a jackass idiot my mother, women wrong again.
Well, you're lucky that she got it wrong. She might have smashed your head on the ground. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
What
I'm
a
sorry. This is not something to joke about. I'm
Oh,
sorry
I think
to
it's
our
everything to
listeners.
joke about. I think that the way that women react. It's also funny the way men react after they have a kid. They're like, oh, don't joke about that. I have a kid. Now I'm all of a sudden super conservative. And it's like, yeah, but you're not really. Careful
Is
not to
that what
pull your.
happens?
It is. It's they do. They're like all of a sudden they'll say things like, or if they have a daughter, they're like, like, oh, I believe that, strip clubs are bad. And it's like, yeah, well, you did before. I was there with you at one. And
Well,
then,
okay, yeah. Can you not see how having a daughter would change your mind about
oh, I
something
could,
like a strip club?
hey, can you believe how not having a daughter still makes you think that strip clubs are bad? Like, yeah, I know they're bad. I don't go to them. But I don't know. I still had fun. And I don't want to shut them down.
I do.
Nah, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna
I
shut
think we
down?
should shut them down.
It'd probably be for the best, quite honestly. But
I just don't think that that sort of thing, like, I don't know.
I don't think that sort of thing.
You
Yeah,
should
guess who's
not be
not?
doing these
Guess
things
who's not hot enough
flagrantly.
to? No, guess who's not hot enough to work at a strip club? Abigail. Abigail, get out of here.
Look, I don't
Get out
want
of
to be a
here.
stripper,
Oh,
and
I
you know
don't want
what?
to be. Yeah,
I'm plenty hot.
dude. I don't want to be
I'm.
a no. I don't want to be a professional comedian either. No, don't worry about it. I don't want to be I don't want to be an actor. Don't worry about it.
Is that the
Yeah,
same thing as a stripper,
yeah.
really, to you?
It literally is.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It literally is. It literally is.
Okay, we have to get into our last segment
All right.
because we're going to run out of time and this was going to be a big rant.
Well,
How much time do we have left? I'm
we
just going
got
to ask.
we got 6 minutes on the hour.
Okay, so I'm going to go. I have a spiel that I typed
Oh
up.
boy, Spiel, that's juice.
I'm going to give my spiel. My spiel. That's how you say it, right? I think I'm
Spiel,
only
yeah, you got it.
spiel. I need more like anyway, it doesn't matter. So I wanted to there's something that keeps we
You're
could just
so
make
good.
hacking noises.
Hold on, can we just say that, like how good you are at podcasting?
Why do you make fun of me like this?
I don't know. Why are you not like?
Look, you're the one that won't edit the show.
Yeah, I
It's not
refuse
my
that.
fault you won't edit the show. I would be seen as the perfect podcaster if you edited it properly.
Ah,
Because you could just take out me going because I thought it was funny.
yeah, yeah. But
It's
we
possible.
call this reality. This is a reality
This is
podcast.
it's a reality. This is all.
It's a reality podcast.
We give you only the truth, the hard truth.
I only tell the truth, globalists.
Okay, so what I want to talk about now is dead bedrooms. Okay, this is something that comes up a lot on Twitter, where we both are at, and where most of our listeners for right now probably are. It comes up all the time, and it always comes up in a very stupid way, which is very frustrating for me. It seems like nobody
What is a dead
is
bedroom?
what is it? It's when your spouse won't have sex with you very often. Like they turn you down sometimes.
How
It
often
can
are you
range
supposed to?
from it depends because if you go on r/dead bedrooms,
They've
it
got a whole
is
thing.
they've got a whole thing, and if you go through it, they're really boring posts. I didn't
Well, it would sound
pull a
like
bunch of
nobody's
them,
having sex.
but they're not.
It's like
So some
dreams.
of them are complaining that they only have sex once a week. Some of them say they haven't had sex in 15 years. So it's a spectrum.
Wait, 15 years sounds great. Can you imagine not having to have sex for 15 years?
Is
But
that
what
what
if
you
they?
want?
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you're like an old person, like what have you been doing? I mean, are you working on the Roger Waters' The Wall Part Two? Like great artists. They grow long periods of time doing that, like Van Gogh.
These people, unfortunately, are not channeling their incel energy
They're
into
not.
anything productive. They're really not. What they're doing is, well, let me just get into it.
Okay,
Okay.
because like I got
What they're
15 years is a long time. I'm only 34, and I mean 15 years. That's ridiculous.
that is a long time. I haven't even been married that long yet. I've been married like 10 years.
It's also a long time. So I
That
mean,
is
you
a
haven't had sex in 10 years, but let's go.
I
All right, let's go with that.
I'm not
Okay, so
gonna
you said
respond
you
to
were
that
gonna say
actually.
you're saying stuff.
Sorry, I bumped into my microphone. Twitter is a glimpse into hell, in my opinion. No, I just get really tired of these recycled
I'm sure
takes
you get really
popping up
tired.
all
You
the time.
can't
And
have
it's the
sex
same
with your
thing every
brother.
time. No, look,
Let's.
I'm not the one with the dead bedroom. I'm going to help our listeners solve their dead bedrooms, okay?
That's not
When
projection.
it
You
when
did
it
good.
comes Bryden, if you don't shut up
What are
and
you gonna do?
stop
Have sex with your
derailing
husband?
me.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quit my podcast and go have sex with him right now. How about that?
Yeah. All right. I'll call him afterwards. Be like, "What's up, bro?"
Okay, look, that's enough. And you're not calling my husband about me. I'm not allowing it.
Aren't you supposed to do the podcast? Keep going.
I'm doing the podcast, and I
You're doing
have a
good.
monkey flinging shit at me the whole time. It makes it a little difficult.
Wow,
But the
that's
takes
racist.
on Twitter always miss the mark. None of them ever get to the core of the problem. The tradcaths talk about like marital debt, and they talk about it as like a hard and fast rule. They don't care about any of the circumstances surrounding it
What
or
is marital
why
debt?
it's happening. The marital debt is basically rape isn't real in marriage, and when you make your vow, you can never say no to your spouse.
Okay,
if they want to
agreed.
have sex, you
Agreed.
always have to do it no matter what.
Yeah, I'm Catholic now.
You're Catholic now. But they also believe that rape is literally just not possible in a marriage. Not all trad
I think
cats,
there's
but
a
the people who talk about this is what I'm saying. Not all trad cats think
there.
that. Whatever.
I think there's a little nuance to that. Like if she's like, no, stop, then you have to be like, what would Jesus say? And then keep going. Like I think
That's it.
there's
What?
like,
Don't.
I think that there's, listen, it might be a little tricky, especially through these, golden lens of our Lord and Savior. But I think in general your wife should have to have sex with you whether she wants to or not. I think those are the rules. I think God has
Okay.
set those rules.
So I understand that. And so the thing is that if you set it up as a black and white thing,
Well,
and
no, no, no,
you
no.
take out
It's
no
all
no no
hey.
no
It's
you
only
take
a
out of
white
the
thing. It's
equation.
not a
Listen.
black and white thing. It's only a white thing.
Okay, if you set it up as this white thing, I don't know that's not how the saying goes. First of
It
all,
better be white because otherwise we got problems.
okay, I don't know why you're doing this at all,
Because
but
it's a bit.
when you set it up as a cold and calculating thing with no regard to the fact that you're dealing with human people made in the image of God that have emotions and reasons behind things that they do and don't do, it's I think it's damaging. No one is talking about the motivations behind it. It's like they're aliens and they don't understand human behavior at all whatsoever. And they're just
Oh,
like, well,
women.
this is the rule. We're just going to do it. Okay. He owns your body. You just lie back and you take it and that's it. But the
Yeah,
question I want to
yeah,
ask,
yeah.
well,
Hold
first
on,
of
hold
all,
on, hold on. No, keep going, but say it more slowly. And I don't know if I can get
sorry,
some sexy
I got
music behind.
excited.
No, you're
What?
missing.
You're
You're
gonna
missing it.
no,
I'm
no,
doing a
no.
fucking bit. No, no. What you're
For the
saying
guru
is.
grifters, though, for the grifters, the relationship grifters who think of themselves as gurus and they go on there. One in particular that I have
Uh
we go back and forth. It's a good thing. Hopefully she never blocks me. But she views it and others also that are in that sphere view it as an exchange like prostitution. The husband goes out and works, he brings home the paycheck, now the wife has to have sex with him, and which is absurd. Okay,
Why is that absurd?
absolutely absurd. I've ranted about this on Twitter before, but the exchange for your husband bringing home a paycheck is you doing childcare, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not being paid to have sex. You're staying home and doing your part to take care of the house and the children in exchange for the paycheck. The sex is a separate matter. It's not an exchange for money because that's just prostitution. The sex, if we're going to view the sex as an exchange of some sort, then it would need to be like his like being romantic and making her feel loved in
No, that's
exchange.
no. See, that's bullshit. Like, look, like at the end of the day, it is. At the end of the day, dude. I'm so drunk. But you can't make somebody have sex with you. That's freaking. That's bullshit. That's
Well,
not
that's
good.
what I'm saying.
But no, 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 no. Women in relationships should feel obligated that
Yes,
that's what you're supposed to do. Men
we're
are
on the
the
same page on that,
men,
actually.
men are the only people that should enjoy sex. Women should
No,
no no
no,
no. Women should hate sex, and only men should enjoy it. So yeah,
no.
I agree that we're on the same page.
Okay, this is ridiculous. We're
No,
not on the same page at
we
all
are on the
anymore. What
same.
I was trying
You
to say,
said
no.
it.
Okay, look, let me shut the door because my children were trying to bust in here, and the door is open, and we're talking about this. Give me one second.
Those are the mistakes that have happened from men and women being on the same page. At the end of the day, men decide when they feel like coming, and if women want to be around when that happens, we caught you. But that's fine. We have no obligation to you. This
Okay,
is when
that's
we feel
retarded.
like coming. This is just the truth of
No,
how
okay.
all time has been.
You're dragging this out a lot for someone who told me we had 6 minutes left at first before we
Well,
started this segment.
I
So listen now, what I'm trying to
you're
get
the
at,
one that want to lie to everybody.
it is bad. I'm not lying to anyone.
You're lying to everybody.
What are you talking? Okay, listen to me, okay?
I could get Erica to
There
come in
is
here right now, and I
there's
could beat
no
her until she
no.
blew me. And then what would happen then?
I
Yes,
would
I
call
would
the
go to
police on you.
jail.
Yeah.
But
What are you talking about? So listen, there's no dignity. Okay, the problem
well, there's no
with
dignity
these
in women.
views. Listen, there's the problem with these views is not that the core of it, the idea that you owe your spouse sex in marriage and you should not deprive them of that. That's true.
It's
That's
also actually
absolutely true.
that
You
actually
should
that.
not.
By the way, just so let's point this out. That
What?
actually comes from the Talmud, but that's fine. Let's keep going.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, that comes from Talmudic teachings
It's
about
it's
that.
in the Bible. It's in the scripture. It's in scripture. Do you mean the Torah?
No. I mean the
Because
Talmud.
it's not in there either. I don't think. No, it might also be in the Talmud, but the
That
Bible
you're
does
not
not come
allowed.
from.
You're not allowed to deny your wife's sex is in the Talmud.
Yes, it's also in Christian scripture. So
Well,
that's
guess what?
anyway.
Good
That's
thing I'm
beside
a
the point.
fucking pessimist.
I know.
So
I love how much you know about the Talmud.
yeah, why
That's
would I
great,
not?
Bryden. Good for you.
Why would
You've been
I?
studying it.
I'm about to become Jewish.
They actually, if you like stay-at-home dads, that the
They teach you
Orthodox
that.
Jews in Israel, they're stay-at-home dads. They just sit there and they study the Talmud all day while their wives go out and work.
That
They
man,
literally
dude.
just study the Talmud with their weird sideburns.
The modern version of that is like they just stay home and do a podcast.
Oh no. Okay, I'm trying to make a point here.
All right, make a
So it
point.
is
Make a point.
wrong to deprive your spouse of sex. If they want to have sex, generally, yes, you need to do it. You just need to suck it up and do it. But I want to talk
Hold
to the
on,
people. I want
wait.
to talk to not no no. Can you let
What do
me
you
just
mean?
finish one
I
point?
will, but you just said
You
something
keep
very.
interrupting me.
I did. I mean, this is the last time I'm interrupting you.
Okay,
What do you mean? You have to suck it up and do it?
that's not.
That
I
sounds
didn't
pretty
mean
bad.
that. I didn't.
It sounded pretty bad.
You know I'm going to be very self-conscious. How do I choose my
And
words
I don't edit
properly?
it, so this is in
Terrible.
the show now. But
You no one would have even picked up on that. It's you have the dirty mind.
well,
But
I
what I'm saying is that we always focus. Everyone likes to focus on the wife, and assuming that the wife is the one who won't give sex for one thing. I've gone through our dead bedrooms a bunch the last couple weeks trying to find posts that might be like slightly good to use on this show, and they're all just too sad. But when it's the wife complaining about the husband not having sex, they always have a porn addiction. That seems to always be the problem there.
wait.
They have
Who?
a
The wife has a porn addiction?
wait, no, the husband, like if the husband's the one that won't have sex, it's always because of a
Oh,
porn
so
addiction.
it's always because like it's an outside source, and all the women are just goody good girls.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that everyone wants to focus on just telling the wife to lay back and take it, lie down and think of England, like that whole thing, right? And I think that that is a mistake, and it doesn't help anyone to focus on that aspect of it. Because if you're just focused on berating a woman to have sex when she doesn't want to, that's kind of weird. It's
Hot.
kind of weird. If you think
It's
about
hot and
it,
awesome.
there's no dignity or love or
Yeah.
respect given to
Yeah.
wives in these views. We're dealing
Yeah.
with people. These are people. These are human beings. They're made in the image of God, and their
Not
husbands are charged with caring and protecting them, right? With caring for them and protecting them. And what they need to do, what you need to do is find the cause of the rift in the relationship. None of the advice I ever see about this focuses on solving the actual problem. It's always just lie back and just do it anyway. It's not healthy. Sex needs to be about both of you, for one thing. It's not supposed to be about
false.
just the husband,
That's not real.
right? It's not a healthy marriage. Like the female orgasm exists and you're all being
Does real
ridiculous.
actually
If anything, okay, you know what? If anything,
the female
it's more
orgasm?
important because the guy is gonna get his no matter what. Okay, so the
Yeah,
woman is way
that's
more important in sex. Actually, that's beside the point, though. What I'm
why
trying to
it
get at.
doesn't. Listen, the female orgasm is mental illness.
What?
Yeah, I know. Bitches hate hearing that. The female orgasm is mental illness.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know because you're too crazy because you've had too many. You're
Well,
done.
what I'm trying to, yeah, I've had too many and it made me insane. That's okay. Look, getting off of that,
Pew, 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 pew.
it's hard to find specific posts to illustrate this. But what I've noticed are
He's
trends.
like,
Okay.
I've had too many orgasms that I can't fucking figure it out.
They're turning the husbands always end up turning sex into a chore. They go to their wives and they say, "We don't have sex as much as I'd like, and you don't seem to enjoy it when we do, but it's
Be
not
as
fair.
fun
You need to
as
do it anyway."
PlayStation.
They're scheduling nights to do it.
Well, that's
There's a lot
rude.
of just suck it up. They're literally crying, Bryden. They're
No,
going to
that's
their
rude.
wives and crying and sobbing and begging for it when they're like
I
it
okay,
never
but no,
crosses
no, no.
their minds to go and figure out what the problem is. Why doesn't she want to? Why is she disgusted by you?
Why would I ever have that fun conversation? I cry in front of Erica all the time. It's usually about America. She asked me the citizenship test over the weekend. Like I almost cried a couple times. Like I get hard-ons for America, dude. I care, but like
You just
I
cry about the country.
I
You're
literally
very
do cry.
patriotic.
I'm not kidding. Like that's not a joke. I mean, you can ask her. Like yeah, like I almost cried over the country like several times, and I only she says other ones, but out of 100 questions, I think I only missed four, and I feel embarrassed by that. But you know, I, dude, I don't know. Like I would never cry in front of a woman and be like, "Oh, please fuck me." I would be like, "Hi, go over there. We're fucking."
See, that would
It's
actually be a better strategy because at
yeah,
least that's
because it's
not
not gay.
icky. It's icky. You've heard, I'm sure people have seen like women online are calling it the ick now. This will give
Uh,
them the ick. Okay. You do not do this. You do not beg for it. You don't make it a duty or a
yeah,
chore. You
you
don't act like
should
it's
though.
something you're just like, you have to give this to me and give it to me now and cry and
We're talking,
manipulate
but
because
we're talking.
what?
Hold on, we're talking about different styles of people. Because like you've been with your husband for years, I've been with
Okay.
Erica for like close to 5 years. We're gonna get married and all that shit. So like, what?
Yeah.
But this is like new dating people with when they say like the women get the ick. It's a completely different
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, that's a different thing then. That I just okay. It's unattractive. It's a turn off. It will do the opposite of what you want it to do. You're making it less appealing to them by doing these things. If you make it into a chore or a duty or something that they have to give you, or else you're going to throw a little tantrum about it and cry about it in front of them, then they're going to get more resentful. They're going to want to do it less and less. They're going to have no interest in it soon, and they're going to end up hating you probably because you're behaving like a child over this
Yeah,
instead
but
of
if
trying to
that's
figure out why.
but if
You're
that's
pushing
your
them away.
but if that's your wife, who gives a shit?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that you could, instead of acting like that, try to figure out what the problem is. Because,
Wrong. Sounds
no,
like some
and
shit
you're
I don't have to deal
the
with.
other thing, okay, the other point I want to make also is that sex and marriage is about bonding. It's not, it's about making babies and it's about, pleasure too, I guess. But it's about bonding mostly. Like most of the times you're doing it in a Christian marriage, it's about bonding. It's about both
Wrong.
of
It's
you. No,
because I'm
listen,
drunk.
it's a, it's because you're drunk. It's about expressing your love, okay? The very last thing you should be doing is framing it as a chore or something you're owed, because that's not what it is. What it
It
is
is
a
though.
bonding thing. And if it's not something that you both enjoy, if it's not something you both want to be
It's
doing,
completely
then it's
wrong.
going to hurt you instead, in my opinion, because you're just using her. And
Yep.
that's not what marriage is about. She's
Nope.
going to
It is.
resent you, and your soul is tarnished for using her
Well,
this
my
way
God,
when
I
you're
don't know
supposed to
about
be
that.
loving and caring for her. She's going to be disgusted.
It doesn't matter what she
The
thinks.
begging and the crying needs to stop.
Probably that too.
And you need to consider, why doesn't my spouse want to have sex with me?
I wouldn't consider that. I'd
I
mainly
think
just
you
hit
need to
her.
think about this. It could be she's tired because she has a baby. She's on
There's
medication. Maybe that should be checked out.
still got
Maybe
a
she
pussy
gained
though.
some weight or she has depression.
Yeah, if she
Like, those
gained
are all
weight, hit her.
possibilities. But also think about your hygiene. Think
Your hygiene
about the
is fine, King. Don't worry
relationship
about it.
as a whole. And whether there's a problem, maybe, with respect
You know what?
or
I
like
bet her pussy
communicating.
stinks.
I can't. Are you making her feel loved and wanted?
Shouldn't.
When when are you being lazy
Women
in
like it,
bed?
honestly.
This is so, I feel like what? Okay, is it centered
Can
on
we get through the
you or
fucking
is it
show?
centered on bonding and being with them? That's what you need to ask yourself.
Is
What is
she
this about?
Halo?
What is
Is
it about?
she Halo?
Is she? I don't. That's another song, isn't it? I don't know. What are you talking
Just
about?
keep doing the bit. We gotta finish the show.
Okay. So a theme I've noticed coming up over and over is
Is
just
that
a
women are wrong and they
an
talk like
un
this?
an unwillingness to consider any cause other than their wife being bad and mean.
Yeah,
And maybe they
women are pretty
are,
bad.
but I don't think it's a given.
It
These
is.
situations are very tragic, but you all seem to be shooting yourself in the foot,
You're not.
Redditors.
You're not. You're not king. Just go for younger broads.
That's ridiculous. So
No. Well,
I
yeah,
have a
yeah. Says an
post.
old bitch. I'm telling you right now. What are you? What are you gonna take? The thoughts of a of an older man who's just had his way, or an old broad who's popped out a bunch of kids.
Yeah, who are you going to listen to? This drunk leprechaun with a potato face or me? The wise, the ultimate guru, the uber guru. I am the last guru. The
I
I
don't
don't
know. I don't
okay.
know. It seems like she
So I
needs to
wanted
go
to
change a diaper, and I'm telling
Okay,
you
you know
how to
what?
have
We are
sex with
done
the.
with this. Okay. I think he's trying to tell me that we're out of time for today. So thank
We
you
are.
everyone
It's
for
been
listening. We hope you'll join us next week. Remember that you can send us topics, feedback, Dear Abby letters, or topical Reddit posts at OctoAbby and at World's Only Comic on Twitter. If you enjoyed this episode, retweet my pinned tweet with the latest episode linked. Pretty please. It's a big help. Thank you so much and have a great week, secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are here to help.